putting in something, getting something in return. And I disagree with that. I think if you follow your dreams, like something that you really, really want to do and passionate. Let me put away this pen before I start clicking it. So yesterday I posted a video of when I was in Bosnia, sitting beside one of the biggest creators on LinkedIn, Yasmin Alic. That guy, if you Google his name, he's a big dude in person, but also a big, dude in the sense, a big dude in a sense of just LinkedIn in general. And so I sat beside him, and he was going to work doing his regular commenting because he's known for that, commenting on LinkedIn. Very, very important. And I sat beside him. I was commenting too because I just had posted, and just watching him type away, go to work. And I was like kind of gazing off in the distance, thinking like, what if this all is just for no reason? Like, what if this is just, it just doesn't work out? So I could be commenting for the next 5 years and nothing happens. No clients, no leads, no podcasts, no speaking on stages, like nothing happens. And so I thought about it, gave it a second of thought, and then I turned to him because he was literally right beside me. And I was like, yo, Jasmine, do you ever feel like this could all be for nothing? And, he actually immediately said, KJ, yes, I feel like that every day. And then he went into, his whole thing. So after he's done talking, I grabbed my Osmo and I was about to record myself telling the viewers, what I just asked him and his answer to me. So as I'm like, hey guys, I just asked Jasmine this question, yada, yada, yada. He turns around and he, grabs my phone and started speaking, sharing what he taught me. So that was pretty cool. So yesterday I shared this video on LinkedIn and it got pretty crazy engagement, especially because, it's Yasmin, it's that guy that everyone knows, his face, but also that just the vulnerability or the question that was asked. And everyone has this question, like, why do we keep doing the stuff that we do even though we don't see results? And his analogy was this. And pretty much the breakdown is the boring things build. And he gave the analogy of going to the gym. When you go to the gym, you have to warm up. Like I just literally came from the gym. You have to warm up, you have to stretch, you have to, do the reps. You still have to do the reps. And it's not like after one gym session, some people do think that one gym session that you see differences. Absolutely not. Like I've been going to the gym since I was 16. Don't tell anyone this, but that's 20 years ago. Yeah, 20 years ago. That's like 2 decades. I've been going to the gym, not every day, but like I've been in the gym for 2 decades, 20 years, right? So, and I don't look like a big, very big dude. I do have a decent body under this hoodie, but I'm not, a gigantic big dude. So all these things take time, they take discipline, they take consistency, there's like some strategy to it. So there's so much going into that, and let alone like that work that is needed. If you don't stretch in the gym or before workout, like every time I train chest, so especially chest, shoulders, I have like this rope where I would stretch these muscles because through basketball, I've had like some serious shoulder injuries. So I have to stretch my shoulders, make sure they're warm, my chest, make sure this whole torso is warm before I start doing some heavy lifting. And it just makes so much sense. His analogy was like so on point. And I think a lot of people could relate to the gym. Nowadays, everyone is doing yoga, Pilates, working out. So it's more common and it's very relatable. And this morning when I was in the gym, I thought about it like literally in every aspect of my life. Like I've taken the gym so serious, like religiously. It's my thing. As soon as my alarm goes off in the morning at 5, I know I have to hurry up and get things, prepared to head to the gym. Like that's a non-negotiable. 6 days a week. I rest on the Saturday, not for religious reasons, but just because it's the day that I think I could do something else. So yeah, religiously I go to the gym and I don't even consider results. Like when I work out in a sweater like this. You often, if you see my B-rolls, I'm working out in a sweater. So it's not like I'm looking at my body, one of those gym bros looking at their body, checking it out and seeing if, no, really don't look at the results. I know that I'm making progress, but that's not what I think about. I'm thinking about just staying healthy. And it's a pity that I don't look at my business the same way. Like this LinkedIn journey, becoming a thought leader journey, becoming known for positioning journey, I want that right now. Like I want that right now. And I just came thinking like literally nothing that I've had in life has come immediately. Wait, let me check if this thing is recording. It is. Nothing in my life has come immediately. Like everything was hard work, dedication, even getting a basketball scholarship. Like I told you, I was on that basketball court practicing with multiple teams a week just to become good. Like I sucked, but I just to become good. And right now, I feel that I've been doing positioning, personal branding, brand strategy for 15 years. So I do have the track record. I do have that proof. But being on stages and all of that, I've never done that yet. And I want that now. Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I have so many things that I disagree with in the industry, such as niche. I don't believe in niches. And I have my own framework. I have so many things that I do want to share, so many stories that I do want to share. And I feel like, come on, just give me a stage and a mic and I'm ready to go. But I need to get the boring work done first. And the boring work is posting on LinkedIn, is commenting on their posts, getting that attention, is making videos like this, is making short videos, uploading them to Instagram, is snapping a picture, is writing something under that picture, choosing a music, it's buying a SD card, getting all your footage on there so that you have content. It's a lot of things. There are so many things to get done and so many boring things that are actually needed to be done, are needed to be taken care of. And right now, yeah, I just want a quick win, and it's not very sensible. And so I think there are a lot of people are like that, like just where the mindset that I have. I believe the time we're living in now is the time of people wanting quick wins because we think all these things happen overnight. And funny thing is, when I was talking about that with Jasmine, he's been doing commenting and posting on LinkedIn for 17 years. 17 years. Imagine that. So 17 years he's been doing that same thing repetitive. And I believe it's just a couple of years ago that he's been getting the recognition that he's worked his butt off for. So, in a sense, that should already show that nothing happens overnight. Those overnight successes are oftentimes, and this, not done overnight. Literally not done overnight. It's all been hard work behind the scenes, and eventually they achieve it. Like for me, when I went to play college basketball, those who did not know me were like, "Oh my gosh, you went to play college basketball and you just started playing basketball." No, I started playing basketball when I was 12, but from that day, I've been on the court for day and night. Yeah, I'm not going to sing the song. But yeah, I've been on the court for days, nights, months, years. Yeah, so nothing happens overnight. Wait, let me check my points because I'm just talking. Yeah, and there's another thing that I wrote down right here that I completely disagree with, but it fits kind of into doing things. Hormozy will tell you do things that make you money, right? Like a skill, do things that make you money. I saw a video of his today and like, don't follow your dreams unless your dreams pay. and do things that make you money. It's all about kind of putting in something, getting something in return. And I disagree with that. I think if you follow your dreams, like something that you really, really want to do and passionate about, that's passion. That's another thing that he doesn't believe in. I do. I think if you're passionate about something, then you can sustain it longer. You can continue doing it. If you're not passionate about something or obsessed about something, it's going to be difficult. Like basketball, for instance, I was obsessed with basketball. Not like passion was out the door. I was obsessed. I mean, watching games to dreaming about basketball to playing to traveling to to Switzerland. Like those are hundreds and hundreds of kilometers by train alone to a country that I don't know just to play basketball. Traveling to Germany all by myself, meeting people that I do not know just to play basketball. That's not even passion. That's an obsession with something. And I think we should be obsessed. The problem these days is that we fall into the trap of liking something and then thinking that because we see that person successful in it, we too will become successful in it. So we can see someone like I gave you the example of the 30 under 30. Like the names, like I'm like, oh my gosh, I could do that too. Which and I'm not 30. I'm way above 30. But I see myself, okay, I could do that too. And then if it doesn't happen within this week or next month, I'm like, forget the 30 under 30. And I think I think a lot, but I believe in my experience, a lot of people are just like that. Like we really want that thing to be done very quick. And when it comes to passion, when it comes to an obsession, we will keep that drive longer, whether it comes tomorrow or it doesn't come, because it's something that we're obsessed about. And that obsession, that is something that is within you about one thing, and it just needs fuel. And what takes us off that track, and I believe I wrote it down here, is oftentimes it's not that we're not passionate or not obsessed. It's that we don't think or don't believe that it will make us money. Let me give you an example. A couple weeks ago, right now, I don't have track of time, but I believe it's a couple weeks ago, I was in the gym and it was me and this guy. We weren't working out together, but it was like we know each other. You know how guys do. Yo, what's going on? Good morning or whatever. And I've seen this guy. We've had our small chat every now and then, but we've never had like a longer conversation because he's a serious guy in the gym. I'm a serious guy in the gym, so we really take that. It's not a long talk. So that aside. But this time it was only me and him kind of in the gym. I believe I was training back and he was training chest. Those are pretty big muscle groups. If you go to the gym, after a good press or whatever you're doing, you need a good break. You need breaks. So we were both like simultaneously in our 2-3 minutes break. So we had time to talk. And, we got the small talk in and talking about traveling. I told him, I was in Bosnia and he was telling me, yes, he's been to the Balkans before. And we're just talking about how cheap it is and how nice it is, yada, yada, yada. So he was like, yo, you get to travel and, what do you do for work? So I told him, I work for myself. I do this, that online. And he said, I really want to get into that online business. Like I want to travel the world and just, not go to my 9 to 5. So I was like, why don't you? Like, you should. And then his first question was like, yeah, but how do I monetize? Like, how do I make money online? And then he got into that crypto and all of that stuff. And I was like, no, you don't even need that. Like, that is a quick win scheme, in which that's not true, because crypto and Forex and all of these things, I don't even know them. It takes time. It really takes time to learn. Right? It really takes time to learn. People often overlook that. They think that money comes in fast, but you're going to lose a lot of money if you don't know anything about it. That's with anything. So I told him, no, you don't need that. So he was like, how do I make money online then? And I said, look at you. Like, this guy is built, right? He's built like, he has a good, decent body. So I was like, bro, look at you. Like, seriously, you could literally just take a camera, come to the gym, do your exercises. And the thing about his exercises is that he does them correctly. That's one. He's been coached by a dude that is very good at this for years. So he knows exactly what he's doing. And he's also good at, and one thing that, he was also teaching me is what each workout does. So what the muscle group does. This guy knows what he's talking about, and he has a body to show that he knows what he's talking about. So that is his credentials right there, his body. Only thing he has to do is take off his shirt and be like, yo, you want to be like this? Sold. So, so I told him that, and I was like, just take your camera and film, and, film for one, film your workouts. And after that, just talk about it, and you don't even have to edit, just put it online. So I could see in his eyes, like, he went from disbelief or unclarity to clarity, like, whoa, my gosh, this is amazing. I really need to do this. And so, that was cool. But I think a lot of us, we have that thing, like, we have that talent, we have that gift, we have that passion for that one thing. But our immediate thought is, how do I make money from it? And then it becomes work. It doesn't become something that you are experimenting and, right? You want to earn money from it. And because you want to earn money from it, that's not a problem. I believe you should earn money from it. The thing is, you want to earn money from it right now. That's what I see with myself. I want to have it right now. And that's a problem. Like, even the example of this guy, he would have to go to the gym, he's already going to the gym. He's already working out. The only difference is he's taking a camera, but he would not see success immediately in most cases. It would take 3 to 6 months for, the algorithm, people to catch on, people to trust him, like him. And that's when he can start getting to that whole momentum. It's going to take time. But a lot of people fall off because they want it right now. And I've been in that same trap of wanting it right now, and that I want to skip ahead. And I realized that you can't skip ahead. Like, it's not going to happen. So I disagree with Hormozi saying passion is not the way. Getting money right now with what you can do. I think if that's your mentality, it's best to go to a 9 to 5, because anything that you do, it's going to take time, and you're going to fall off if you don't have passion, and if you're not obsessed. If you're not obsessed with the thing. So that's that. I disagree. I don't know. I'm not gonna edit that though. But I was like, I was kind of repping. I'm not gonna edit that. But I don't know what led me to this point. But we're talking about doing the boring things, and yes, the boring things are hideous, hard, take time, not fun, but they're needed in order to reach that goal. And that's something that I've learned from my trip. That's something that I've been knowing, actually, to be honest, been knowing for a minute. But I've taken the boring things myself for granted, and I've strived for perfection. And as you can tell, I'm not striving for perfection anymore. Like, literally went to the gym and I didn't do my makeup. No, not shaved. And I'm just here talking to you. And it's that easy. And I don't know what will happen with these videos. I might post them, I might not post them. You might see them, you might not see them. They might lead to something in the future. They might not lead to something in the future. But as of now, I'm just getting and being obsessed with creating videos and talking to the camera. That's all I'm doing. And practicing my communication skills, practicing not blinking too much on the camera like I normally did when I was thinking, practicing smiling more, looking better on camera, just here having a chat and letting it all out. You know, one topic a day and just letting it all out, putting it in the universe, telling you what my dreams are, what my hopes are. Speaking of dreams, you know, maybe I should do that in next episode. Let's talk about dreams in the next. I said episode, like this is really a thing. In the next video, I might, one of the next videos, I'll talk about dreams, because I do have dreams. I do believe in dreams, but you can tell that I kind of on the fence with dreams, and not dreams as in the sense of sleeping and waking up, but having a dream. I rather have a reality. Yes, I think maybe we don't need a whole video for this. Let's see. Oh, wow. We're in the 20s. But let me just say this one thing before I go. You make your own dreams. When I wanted to play professional basketball and play college basketball, I made sure I was in that place where the possibilities were most likely that I would do that. So I surrounded myself with basketball players. I traveled to countries where basketball players were and scouts were. I traveled to the States myself on a plane. At that time, I was 15, 16, to go to just the States where my auntie was living in Philadelphia, and just played basketball on the court until someone was like, hey, this kid can play. You know, so we don't need dreams. And while I'm saying that to you, I'm actually saying that to myself. I've been saying I want to become a thought leader, speak on stages, but to be honest, I've not placed myself in those surroundings yet. So it's only been a dream so far. It's only been a dream. So I have a lot of work to do. I need to get to the drawing board and see where I can place myself to become that speaker. I need to speak and tell my stories on stages. And I'm not going to stop until that's done. That's a deal for me right now. That is like, boom. Today I'm making that mark. I will go until my grave that I'm going to be a speaker, a thought leader, speaking my story, telling my stories to the world, and teaching and inspiring people. That's what I want to do. And whether I get a 40 under 40, an award for it, I really don't care, as long as I'm on stage speaking to the public. And I am doing that right now. I'm not on the stage, but I'm telling you, sharing these things with you. I'm not on the stage right now, but I will go until my last breath to do that. And with that, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.